They do that.
No, she tells you don't fucking cheat.
How well did that work?
Andrew out here with the shots fired.
You got it?
No. Let that sit. Let that sit.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Now, thank you for clicking on this video, and to show my appreciation, here's a bomb for you. If you could do me two more favors, just hit that like button and also hit that hype button, because I'm just a YouTuber trying to make his dreams come true, and you can help me with that, and I greatly appreciate it. Akaash Singh has been going through it. Not only Akaash Singh, but him and his wife and Andrew Schultz, like the whole podcast, everyone and everything that has been attached to Akaash has really taken a hit. It's really taken a hit. Then comes out that Akaash is leaving the Flagrant podcast, a podcast that he helped build brick by brick for years. I think even a decade by now. A major cash cow for him, and he just decides to leave. I don't know why. I don't know the speculation. Here's a video from Abba and Preach. Without any more ado, let's get right into it.
Everyone saw what happened with Akaash Singh and the Flagrant crew. Left the pod. They did their episode where they talked about the fact that he was no longer part of the podcast after everything that happened with his wife. He took a long break.
The PR.
He's made the decision to focus all of his energy on stand-up. He is going to be stepping away from the pod.
What I told you then was what I said before. Even before they did that pod, I'm like, I think he's done. They did that pod, I was like, it looks like he really done. But we all thought it was telling that he wasn't there for the final episode. Fair?
We said that.
No one addressed why. Everyone speculated. But a couple of clips have surfaced because, you know, his wife's budding TikTok career, where she speaks to about 100 people, is still ongoing.
And it was mostly very much in check until I did IVF a few months ago. And I feel like since then, I have not really been okay. And I've really been struggling. And yeah, it kind of sucks. And you would think that, like, the entire internet calling me a
I will say, to be clear, you were calling yourself a whore. And then everyone was like, wait, I thought you were a virgin, but you were popping your pussy. So that's why they were calling you a whore. Just to be fair.
Hello. That's what happened.
Yes.
It was an echo.
You brought
really,
that
truly
onto
was.
yourself by
like
saying
since
that.
then, I have not really been okay. And I've really been struggling. And yeah, it kind of sucks. And you would think that, like, the entire internet calling me a whore and, like, just being in a really toxic environment, like, would have been the thing that got to me, but it actually wasn't. Like, I was, like, definitely anxious, don't get me wrong, during that time. I was, like, mostly fine, like, once we were out of that toxic environment, and I was like, oh my god, like, everything feels so much lighter, everything feels so much happier. And now it's just been, like,
Run that back.
What did you hear? What did you hear?
Run that back.
What did you hear?
Run that
Do you hear?
Run that back.
And, like, just being in a really toxic environment, like, I was, like, mostly fine, like, once we were out of that toxic environment, and I was like, oh my god, like, everything feels so much lighter, everything feels so much happier.
Okay, what do you think that toxic environment is, fellas?
Well, I mean, when I thought about a toxic environment, like, that's my ADD ass.
Oh, it's because of his fans. It's because of his fans. Like, his comedy fans are not like that. It's more the podcast fan base that I don't think really resonate with him, because a lot of them are, like, really racist and right wing. I think, like,
That she's talking about the Flagrant fan base.
This is wild, man. Fellas, this is why. First, Akaash is a simp. Straight out, through and through. He's a simp. But one, because he allowed his woman to get, and yes, I did say allowed, his woman to get up here on the internet and pretty much just ruin, ruin a lot of the work that he's put into this comedy and into his branding. She ruined it. I said ruined. She ruined it. Just like Jada Pinkett Smith. Just like Aisha Curry was about to do before Steph stepped in. This is great. She seems like one of those women that will do things and then not understand why she's getting backlash. She will do something stupid, and then when it's time to accept accountability, now she gets upset. Now she's mad. Now she doesn't understand why she's getting so much backlash. Stay away from these women. They're dangerous. And then the fact that she still has this podcast, it just says a lot about Akaash.
Okay. One thing that happened was, like, people really followed this up. I didn't realize real hooks were said, but turns out, like, the dude, you know, even though they're on good terms, supposedly he ended up unfollowing Andrew Schultz and then Charlotte.
Oh, not your day one.
where he previously used to
Can't
follow
be doing
them.
that.
I think all of this and him quitting was a result of just one episode, and I'll show you guys.
Saying simply this.
Keep your wife off the
motherfucking internet. Why does your wife have a microphone in her face?
True.
Do not allow your wife to start a motherfucking podcast, bro.
Yes.
Okay, there can be one entertainer in this family, and it shall be me. I'm the comedian. I'm out here on this road.
This
I'm
is
out
true.
here getting the money. Let me use some of this money to help you do some other things, yo. Because you don't need a microphone in
agrees.
your face because you're going to fuck around and ruin us.
Yes, and
Right.
she did. And
Not
she did just
you.
that.
She was never a whore.
So that video of her talking about sleeping with a bunch of men was not real?
She never said she slept with it. She said I was popping my pussy at frat parties, and she's a sheltered
it.
Indian girl who thought that meant dancing. And then the rest of us were like,
No-
what
nobody
the
is
fuck
that
did you
sheltered.
really
You-
mean by that?
you
So
know
we
what
had
that means.
conversation. But like all like her being a completely out of context, like
Well, didn't she talk about...
say it.
Say it. Say it. Say it. Say it. Say it.
We discussed everything on the
so
pod.
didn't she talk about sucking
No.
She never said that? There was never a video about that?
She said that Akaash's balls smell like a homeless person.
Oh God.
Damn.
Oh my goodness.
Not Steph Curry with the shot, boy.
I felt that damn. Can you run just the damn back?
She said that Akaash's balls smell like a homeless person.
Damn. Not Steph Curry with the shot, boy.
That's one of those Kevin Hart
They call
dams.
her chicken curry.
God damn. Why would she say that?
That's a good point. So we had those conversations. Go watch the episode.
brothers.
Clears up a lot of shit.
Well, delete
Good
it.
stuff.
Delete the podcast.
Delete ours?
No more influence. No, I'm talking about her.
Oh, we're working on it.
No influence.
And guys, just keep in mind, she's
deleted the
not stopped. She's
podcast.
been posting every day since. Let's keep listening.
I don't want you don't let your wife be influencers. Don't let your wife be podcasters, man.
Well, it's not about letting.
No,
It is.
no.
Yes, it is.
Shout out to Al. Al's like, okay, I think, we're not possessive of our women. We don't own them. You don't let them. They don't need your permission to run their own career.
I agree with Al.
Yeah.
But also,
No, I don't.
damn.
This is why I don't agree with that. The reason why I don't agree with that is because as the leader, you have to have some type of authority if you are in charge of protecting someone else. If you're in charge of protecting children, you have a type of authority over them to tell them, yes, you can or cannot do that, because I have the ultimate responsibility for your safety at this moment. If you're in like an old folks home or, assisted living, and you have a certain authority, or if you're in charge of protecting those people, then you have to have a certain authority over them to allow them or to not allow them to do things. As their husband, you are supposed to be able to do those things. In today's time, we're talking about everybody's equal, and it's just not true. That guy who was on the podcast with Charlamagne and Andrew, who was just like, well, it's not about letting. It is. It is. You have to put your foot down and say yes or no sometimes. Well, putting your foot down, majority of the time is going to be no. You have to put your foot down and say no. You're not doing that because I have to protect everybody. I have to look at the bigger picture. That's why you're the leader.
That
It was heartfelt.
Yeah.
It was real.
Yeah.
And it came from a place of,
Damn.
oh shit, I'm sorry for you,
I hear you.
bro.
I hear you.
No, there's certain things we can't do
Yeah.
because we know that it's detrimental to our situation.
You should just encourage your wife not to.
No, ain't no
See, this
encourage.
some
No,
simp
no,
stuff.
no, 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 no. We gotta stop
Rules.
that. Yeah, some things. No.
Yeah. And that's why Charlamagne cheated on his wife. It's because there's things you're not.
Take some coconuts from Barbados.
Can she encourage you not to cheat?
They do that.
No. She tells you don't fucking cheat.
How well did that work?
Andrew out here with the shots fired.
You got it?
No. Let that sit. Let that sit. Okay, let that sit.
When like you got to give it to Schultz. When Trump is not around, he's really
Let them jokes fly.
He's really letting them jokes fly. He's
Facts.
really going in.
Facts.
But no, that's true. But all of that is true.
You and the Jesseline Singh.
Yes.
Of your own house.
Oh my gosh. Andrew. Andrew Schultz is killed. Andrew Schultz is actually like I started out not liking him because he was just like annoying, but as the time progressed on, like he is actually pretty funny, man. He's a great comic. Shout out Andrew Schultz. But yeah, he's right, man. He's right. But Andrew is proving Charlemagne's point. Just because Charlemagne messed up and cheated on his wife, that doesn't mean that his point isn't still valid. It's still valid.
Nah, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You gotta give it to Schultz.
That's what I can't find it right now. But at one point during the pod, I think he said something along the lines of like, "Yes, we're going to talk to her and him actively about their pod, right?" And I think this, with the fact that she's continued on, is probably the strongest in the fact that he unfollowed them. I think like it's clear they're not on good terms. To me, there's no way you're on good terms. And also not showing up to the last episode, like that's all you.
No, I don't think no, but we said that when we did say that on the Flagrant page.
Yeah, they took him out of the image.
Right, but it was really him and Schultz.
Yeah. And now they put the other three. Well, I mean, they got to change the branding because he's not part of it.
I understand. That's not my point. Flagrant was Schultz and Akaash. That's what the logo was. True. You're the second. You're the co-pilot. True. That's the one that you're going to unfollow. And you're not going to show up to the last episode.
I said this with you at the time. Like if you and I had a rupture and then we stopped working together, if we're on good terms, there's not a chance I wouldn't show up to the final day of filming together and then have like a reminiscing episode or a good sending off. It's just a weird way to do it. I think we've all had this happen to us. You guys might have a friend, someone you're very close to. You have a partner. It's a bit hectic between you and the friend's partner. And eventually that becomes the wedge where you guys stop. And
that
to some degree, like if I was to steel man Akaash a little bit, he supports his wife. His wife has supported him through tough times when he had nothing. Well, he didn't have nothing, but he didn't have much. There were some hard times, right? She's been his rock. That's the woman he married. The internet coming down on him was one thing. He did the pod to explain things away, but you can tell it's conflicting. But then seeing the subsequent pod, and then they're talking about she has to get off the internet, pretty much putting a muzzle on her social media career. There's an argument for and against. But I could understand him wanting to take his wife's side on that one or feeling that was too far. What do you think? Don't be the outside observer. Imagine you're inside the circle. If you are in Charlotte's shoes and you're on that pod and, your friend's wife gets brought up and, openly saying she got to get rid of her socials, what you think?
No, I don't think that's foul play. I think you really believe that. And I was like, boy, this is not good. Like, it would have cost you $0 to not have done what, well, I'm talking to her. It would have cost her $0 not have done what she has done. Sure. And now she's just doing it for free. She's not getting more ducats. Yeah. She's not getting. So I'm like, you're doing all this destructive shit. You're just being wild. Cancel the shit.
And then for what? My thing is, I wouldn't tell my wife, look, you have to just completely delete all of your socials. But I would have said this in the beginning. Hey, you know that I'm famous, so you can't. Our personal business is not going on any social media. I don't care what it is. I don't care if I do something cute for you. Your social media, that you can, like us going out or stuff like date night, little cute pictures and everything, but like just personal information that doesn't need to be pushed out to the masses. If it's not showing us in a positive light, it's not going up. It's just not going up.
I'm not mad at what Charlemagne said or Schultz said. As a matter of fact, yo, what do you do if you? Yes, you have access to free internet. But if with your free internet, that's what you're gonna decide to do. Imagine if I was dealing, if Abba Preach was dealing with a company that my girl was working at, and some shit happened. I'm not gonna track. There's relationship there. My actions with that company has an effect on my wife. Her actions on whatever she does with her free time has an effect on her husband. Yeah. Like, you gotta know that. Even if it's my friend, it's my friend's wife.
It's all entangled.
I'm be like, what are you doing, my girl?
It's all entangled.
It's not because it's my friend I gotta agree with everything that he does or his wife does or anything like that. As a friend, I have to be able to call out the bullshit that's going on, whether it's you or your wife. And your wife was on some bullshit.
So my question is, like, do you have to do that portion publicly if you're on the inside circle?
She went publicly. Why would I have to be like, oh, I could do it publicly. I don't think it's a problem.
Again, I didn't say you can or can't. Everyone knows what you can or can't do. I'm saying should.
Well, hold on. I'm not going to keep on stopping, but should it be done publicly? Or should something like that be, because remember, you're still the leader and you still have to present the family in a good light, the family unit in a good light, right? So it would be counterintuitive to go to do what she did and go and publicly say, like, you know, I had to tell my wife you can't do that, blah, 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 blah. No, because then it's just gonna send a mixed message. What I would do, this is just my opinion. I would handle it in-house and just be like, you can't post anything else. Pretty much what I just said. I'm not gonna say the whole thing again. You can't post that kind of stuff. Please don't let it happen again. And then, well, I probably wouldn't say please, but don't let it happen again. That's it. Now, this is me putting my foot down. This is it, because I have to protect everybody here and make sure that we have longevity with this lifestyle. And since I'm the only one bringing in the money and you're spending majority of it, then I'm having the last say.
That's the question.
Oh, yeah. It's not, the question that you had is it preferable? Absolutely not. It's not the best way, but you already done goofed. I'm not the one that fucked up the whole thing. Your girl did. Me saying you shouldn't have a pop compared to whatever the fuck she did, I didn't do shit. So fuck if I have an opinion out loud and in front of everybody. You sure did. And you're the one that fucked up the whole relationship.
Sure.
And I gotta be I gotta keep this to myself. Oh, I'm the bad guy now. What about her? She's the bad guy. Don't put shit on me. Don't put shit on me because I have a little opinion. Oh, you know what?
That's not a little opinion.
The pod? I don't think she should have a pod. Compared to what she said.
It's not a little opinion, but I'll say, like, if it was your partner, preach, and there was some public thing that she did, I don't know if I would be out here talking about that, personally. And being very, like, again, everyone's commenting from the outside looking in, which I think is the easiest thing to do because there's no stakes. So when people say stuff like divorce the person, whatever, it's like, yeah, you don't have a history with that person.
That's crazy.
You don't have the ups and downs. You don't have them watching your back. It's very easy to say divorce them because of stuff like this. But to be honest with you, I've seen people go through much worse with their partners and stay in those marriages and work it out. So I'll say, like, you know, sometimes people are very detached. But I'm saying put yourself in the shoes. So someone's close to that. And I'm putting myself in this situation right now, and I'm just running a parallel. If that's your partner, after we've addressed it, would I keep going on pause saying like, and say new things like, yo, she got to get rid of her shit? I don't know if I would do that about your partner. I'm being honest. And I don't know if I would feel comfortable. I think offline, I would definitely do it. But I don't know if I would feel comfortable getting online do it.
I would actually have, maybe I'm thinking different, right?
Sure.
I would actually have that questioning if Charlemagne said, oh, he should divorce her. Then I'd be like, oh, you want to do that public? You want to say that
divorce
publicly?
is wild. That's too extreme.
Would be like, oh shit, that's not something that you should say publicly.
So there are some things you shouldn't say.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I tend to agree with that. Yeah. There are some things. What you got going on works somewhat because you're being flagrant. And one is being flagrant because he's just being flagrant, and you're just lying about who you really are, and it's affecting your partner. So if that's the case, then flagrant remains, and you and your lying ass should remove your podcast. I don't think that's a bad thing to say, but I wouldn't publicly say, oh, you should divorce her as my friend. I'd be like, yo, bro.
Here's why I probably wouldn't talk about that publicly. Me, anything relating to like HR, anything relating to like workplace, issues involving, you know, family or, you know, employment, I just think it's always best to handle that kind of stuff behind the scenes.
Fair.
And I just don't think, one, there's anything productive. And I think all you risk doing is adding more fuel to the fire, you know, with a lot of this stuff. I think it's perfectly acceptable to have your statements, talk about it, boom, you're done. But like start telling people like you got to be relegated to this part of the business or this person can't be involved in this. I'm not mad at the rhetoric. I think it's fine. I think that's just something that you handle with them. Personally, like if let's say one of my people who work here, who are like routinely part of the pod every once in a while, does something, and they're not going to be part of it. I'm not doing that for the cameras.
Fair.
I would do that offline. And then you have to imagine like he's got the world coming at him, and then his homies on the other pod say, yo, your wife got to get rid of her TikTok. And then his wife's at home like, but I like being able to share my. I think you put that person in a really difficult spot, personally. Go ahead.
Sure. But him saying that out live like that, would you call that flagrant?
Well, we're on Brilliant Idiots right now, so I do think it is stupid.
It's on brand. It's on brand. It's flagrant. It's flagrant idiot. It's on brand. So
Guys, that's it for today's video. Comment down below your thoughts. Tell me what you think should happen, and I actually want to know what you would do, because I don't want to be in just an echo chamber of my own thoughts. Comment down below what you think should happen, what you would have done if you were in Akaash's shoes. Would you have left a platform that you helped build, that you get 6 figures every single month just for like talking for 2 hours? I mean, just that's wild, man. I don't know if I could do that. But guys, that's it for today's video. If you haven't already done so, please hit that like button. Please hit that hype button, because I'm just a YouTuber trying to grow this dream. If you want another good video, click this one on your left. If you want a great one, click this one on your right. And I will see you on another one.